Hello and welcome to the TMZ Podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton.
I'm Charlie Neff.
And today we are covering more of the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni lawsuit, which continues to devolve into chaos.
I mean, it's just the never-ending beef.
Oh, I'm here for it though.
I'm here for it too, actually.
This is outstanding beef. Grade A beef.
Yep. There was a huge lawsuit that was filed yesterday for $400 million, and the lawsuit was almost 180 pages. Guess what, Charlie?
What?
I went through it all.
You read the whole thing?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got all the tea for you.
Fantastic. And Blake's responding to the lawsuit too, so we'll cover that.
Yes.
The fire aid benefit here in Los Angeles is coming up really soon, and the full lineup of acts has been revealed. And
it's insane.
It's
so star-studded. Like every A-list group, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Dave Matthews Band, John Mayer, Lady Gaga, Billie Eilish. We'll get into all the other ones.
And finally, Kid Cudi, his home was burglarized.
Yeah.
And the man who did it
made himself at home.
He really made himself, which I think is kind of
funny, but like scary.
The most invasive, like take my stuff, but
yeah.
don't. He went to the toilet.
It's just, disturbing.
Oh my God.
Oh God. By the way, before we get into these stories, we are live.
Live.
So if you guys have anything that you want to add, any comments, please leave them for us. Our amazing producer, Branson, is going through all of those, and we will get to those at the very end. By the way, it doesn't have to just be topic related. It can also be about us, about TMZ.
About how you have bangs that you've now swept to the side.
You know what? I don't. I'm so over them.
You had bangs like a week or two ago, and now you're sweeping them aside like they're never there.
It's been 2 weeks with the bangs. I know I've been getting like mixed reviews.
Yeah.
I'm over them. It's not me. We're moving on.
Okay, to begin with, Blake Lively is firing back at Justin Baldoni's lawsuit. So you'll remember on the podcast yesterday,
yes,
we discussed that
the lawsuit
that Justin is suing Blake and Ryan and like Blake's agent, her publicist, for defamation, civil extortion, interference with contractual relations, all the things for $400 million.
Yes.
So
minimum $400 million.
Does it say minimum?
Yeah.
Like the court's going to go, we'll give you a few extra million.
Right.
Well, Blake's team is firing back. She's saying,
they're pissed.
This is an age-old story. A woman speaks up with concrete evidence of sexual harassment and retaliation, and the abuser attempts to turn the tables on the victim. This is what experts call DAVO, deny, attack, reverse victim offender. What is your feelings about where this stands now? I don't
know. I mean, I think everyone is just like kind of confused, which actually is what Blake's team kind of pointed out. They're saying that Justin throwing all this other stuff into the mix is kind of confusing the public and just making everyone overwhelmed, which actually I do kind of agree. After his lawsuit came out, I'm like, I'm out. Like, this is just too much. Which they're saying is a tactic, and they're saying is, him trying to lessen like her allegations.
So he's not supposed to allege anything that he thinks happened. Only she's allowed. Doesn't make sense.
But that is true. Like each person has their own side and their own story. But it is hard to tell like who's right, who's wrong. I mean, look, it's probably somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
But my God, just going through those 179 pages. So I went through them during the beginning of the day, but then last night I took them home and went through them again.
Oh, snore.
It's just like, I mean, she even said in there, according to him, she joked that he needed a nose job.
Wow.
I was like, wow, these two did not like each other. Like, it was petty.
It was petty. But on the face of it, this movie
yeah.
was Justin's movie, right? His production studio was doing it. He was
He got the
actor.
rights to the book, to the story. He spoke.
It was his movie, right?
Yeah.
And the movie is based on a very famous book.
Which was based off of apparently a real life person.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's about domestic violence, this story. And so Blake came into this movie and admitted she hadn't even read the book.
Yeah.
Yet,
well, no. That's according to him.
Okay.
In
so
his suit, he claims she never read the book.
Yet she was trying to make all of these and successfully made all of these changes to his script to make it less sort of brooding and dark about domestic violence and make it more of a love story.
Right.
And so she came in there, kind of twisted his movie, and then didn't want to do press for it. And I think Blake comes out of this looking pretty bad.
I don't know. They're both looking bad. Like, because in hers, like when you do read like her allegations, like, oh, he wanted me to do a sex scene with my top off, and which he like denies. And I mean, it's just so much back and forth.
But isn't he the like, I don't know what was true, but isn't it his movie? And he's like, okay, this is the scene we're doing now. And like, if she feels uncomfortable about it, then okay, sure. But isn't it his job to tell her what scene we should do now?
Yes, but he's also dealing with a megastar, right? Who also is passionate, you know, in her own way about this movie being a success. So she's thinking she's adding in what she feels is necessary. Like they both think they're in the right. But yeah, when it comes down to it, it was his production company. He was the director who was asked later by the author to star as one of the main characters. So like that wasn't even his like initial goal for this movie. He was just, you know, appreciated the story and wanted to tell it, according to him, in the most truthful way. So then when you have Blake come in, that's like, hey, this doesn't make sense. Let's change this. And she's trying to change, you know, according to him, pivotal scenes of the movie. Like when her character Lily meets Ryle, Justin's character, for the first time. It's this balcony scene. Justin, you know, in his eyes, he claims he promised the author and the person that it's based off of, I'm going to tell your story as truthful and as close to your guys' version as possible. So he feels like he has a duty to keep it the same. But then you have Blake, who hasn't read the book, doesn't have, according to him, doesn't have that like emotional connection to it, come in, and she's coming in with blockbuster eyes.
Yeah.
Right? She's trying to come in and be like, let's judge this up. Let's judge this up. But he's like, no, we're getting away from what my view is about this movie and how it should be portrayed.
And then these guys have got to have like bang all movie.
Right.
So it's just like, I haven't watched the movie, but now I kind of want to.
It's on like Netflix now.
Oh, it's so good. But her Khaleesi text.
Oh my God.
The text that Blake sent Justin saying, I'm Khaleesi, mother of dragons, and basically my dragons are Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That is such like a gross, like, oh, you really texted that?
Yeah.
And like, that's in black and white. Like, it's not a good look. I don't think.
Right, because just to be clear, all this lawsuit had exhibits, meaning he provided screenshots of their text messages, of emails, like, you know, so there's all this like, you know, alleged proof or whatever. So you can see literally his conversation with Blake go back and forth. By the way, in the very beginning, they were like chumming it up. Yeah. They were like friends. And then it just turned south. Wasn't
there that rumor that they kind of had a thing for each other, or she?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, people are like, oh, like maybe she wanted to be with him, or maybe he wanted to be. Obviously, they're both married, right? But I didn't get, just from reading the text, I didn't get any sexual tension. I just think they were just two very different people with very different views and clashed.
Oh, I'm here for it. Love it. Okay, on to our next story. The lineup for the Fire Aid benefit has been revealed, and it is stacked. We got Lady Gaga, Billie Eilish, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Dave Matthews and John Mayer. Oh, they're together. Dave Matthews and John Mayer doing like a duo.
That's kind of cool.
That's cool. Earth, Wind and Fire. Too soon. Like, isn't that the reason we're all there?
No, I mean,
I don't know. It's just like an interesting name to add to this fire benefit. Earth, Wind and Fire. Gwen Stefani.
She's going to be amazing.
Joni Mitchell, Katy Perry, Lil Baby, Pink, Rod Stewart, Sting, Steven Stills, Stevie Nicks, Tate McRae, Green Day, Jelly Roll, and Gracie Abrams.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So apparently, you know, they originally said, I think it's like Live Nation. Is it Live Nation?
Could
that's
be.
putting on the event. Well, anyways, the organizers originally said, hey, we're going to be having this big Fire Aid benefit concert. It's going to be on January 30th. And all these celebrities reached out wanting to be a part of the event. They were just bombarded with people wanting to be included. That originally they were just going to have it at the Intuit Dome, but then they had to get another venue. So now they have two dueling venues.
Oh, what?
Yes. going on at the same time, and they're going to be kind of live streaming each other. So if you're there, they're going to be like, okay, now going to John Mayer at the Intuit Dome, and then you're going to see them like live stream, and then it's going to be like a live performance. Like it's going to be all over the place.
So, well, like going into it, I'm going to go to see this half of the acts, and the other group is.
I don't know, and I'm like, because they're going to be selling tickets. I think it's next week. Unclear how much the tickets are going to go for. Presumably, all the acts are doing this for free.
You'd hope so.
Like
John Mayer comes in there once a big payday.
Right. That would be so wrong. And I know also they're going to be doing like a telecast where if you're watching, like, let's say you're watching from like iHeartRadio online or something, like you're seeing the live stream, you can call in and be like, hey, I want to donate $25. So like during the whole concert, you can send in money and all
like
this
a telethon.
Money, yeah, exactly. So all this money being collected is, of course, going to benefit like the fire efforts and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm curious if they're going to announce like who's going to be at what place, because like for me, I want to see Gwen Stefani. I want to see Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, no offense to some of them. Some of them are just not as appealing to me. Like Earth, Wind, and Fire, like Tate McRae. Like, I'm good. Like, I want to see Gwen Stefani come out and be like, ain't no holla back, girl.
Oh, that would be sick. That would be sick.
Yeah.
Another interesting fires-related story is we got all these award shows coming up here in LA.
Yes.
And
it's award show season right now.
And people don't know what to do.
Grammys are coming up. Oscars are coming up.
Right.
And it feels like, I don't know, even like going to a birthday right now, if you live in LA, feels icky.
Like you shouldn't be celebrating.
Yeah. Like last weekend was the first weekend after the deadly fires. And I know like people that had birthdays last weekend and they're like, well, now I'm going to pivot. I'm going to go volunteer for my birthday because it's such a bad look. And especially in LA where everyone's an influencer, everyone's posting. Like if you posted last weekend, you were at a winery, which I did some people on my time. I did see some of my timeline people do. I was like, ew, like unfollow. Like I had followed a lot of people.
Interesting.
I was like, wow, if you're trying to act like things aren't messed up here and you're trying to just go on with like business as usual, I'm like, you're not the kind of friend I want.
That's very interesting. Well, yeah, I mean.
But yeah, with all these award shows, like
what are we gonna do?
The same thing. Like the vibe here in LA is really sad. Like,
well, the Grammys is still on, which is interesting because the Grammys is only like in a
couple
week
weeks.
or two.
Yeah.
But
February
2nd, I think. So I think what they're trying to do is pivot the sort of vibe of the award show to be more about giving back. And more, they're going to try to make it some sort of charity type. But I would just, what Stephen King, that famous novelist?
Yes.
He's saying.
Sorry.
What?
I was just going to tell you, my name, Charlie, is from Stephen King's book, one of his books.
Oh, wow.
That was named, thanks to him, I'm Charlie.
I'm Charlie because of Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, there you go.
You kind of give Charlie Chaplin vibes.
In what way?
I don't know. Kind of like the hair, the like goofiness. Like you look like a little stickly. Kind of the same. My name is from Firestarter. His book Firestarter, which is about a girl named Charlie who starts fires at anything she's mad at. So you better watch out. Don't piss me off.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, bad timing for that joke, Charlie.
I know.
It's about fires.
I know.
But yeah, he's saying all these events should be cancelled. Oscars should be cancelled. And I
kind of agree with him. Maybe not necessarily canceled for the year, but like postponed. Like, hey, let's revisit this in April.
I want them to be cancelled because I'm the person who has to go out at nighttime and cover these events.
Oh, okay.
Cancel them.
So you're just lazy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, and finally, Kid Cudi's home was burglarized by a man who used his amenities. This guy broke into his home, ate the rapper's food, used his toilet, and then showered. When the intruder was discovered, it was around 5 p.m. and he was shirtless in Kid Cudi's
just making
kitchen.
himself at home.
Wow. That
oh
feels
my
invasive.
Gosh. Yeah, I would feel gross after this. You know how some people, they say they get in a car accident and it's just never the same. Like they don't feel right in that car anymore. I feel like this would be the same for me if I lived in a place and I knew that somebody came in that was an intruder that started touching things and I wouldn't feel right.
If someone broke into my house and pooped in my toilet.
Well, we don't know he pooped.
Well, he pooped or he peed.
Yeah.
If someone broke into my house and pooped in my toilet, I don't think I'd ever be able to poop there again.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think my
gross.
buttocks would want to touch
Do you think
the area where they're. Do you think he flushed? I mean, I would hope he had some manners at least.
I mean, here he's got like a shirt off in the kitchen, making himself a PB&J. Like,
it's kind of hilarious,
it's
but terrible. But
funny,
hilarious.
but like, yeah, terrifying.
Okay, let's read out some of the comments.
All right, so starting off with our first story for Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, Eminem said, "How is anyone going to want to work with either of them anymore?"
Facts.
So true. It's bad for both of them. Perla said, "I'm appalled by her suggestion to Justin Baldoni about his nose. But wait, she can say that because she too had a bad nose, right? Someone needs to make that meme."
Did she get a nose job?
I mean, it's unclear, but there's a lot of before and afters.
Okay.
Stephanie Gomez said, "Blake Lively has no right to make any changes. Suggestions are one thing. Taking over the movie, it is another. Shame on her."
I
That's
agree.
that's what he alleges, that
And-
she totally took control of the
And
movie.
she sicked her dragons on him.
You love
Ryan
that.
Reynolds and Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
The dragons.
For the Fire Aid concert, Justin said the vibe pivot works with the Grammys. They are in need of some positive energy over there. Much love from the Baltimore area. Thank you.
Go
for thinking of
Ravens.
us.
Let's go Ravens.
No one had any thoughts about Kid Cudi, so I guess
was
we're gonna
too
move on.
quick.
You know, we covered everything on that.
We covered everything.
Got it.
Unlike the intruder, who didn't cover anything.
Oh, God. A couple miscellaneous comments from you guys. Crystal said, "I think your bangs are awesome." Thank you, but you know what? I just don't know how to style them, and I don't know. I'm feeling like it's not my look.
Your bangs are like swept like they're little curtains
Yeah,
now, though.
well, yeah, they're gonna be curtain bangs eventually. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm
are
gonna
they
let-
called curtain bangs?
Yeah, they're
Oh, I
called
made
curtain
that up.
bangs. Like Sabrina Carpenter, she has curtain bangs.
Oh,
Where they're
interesting.
just like, shoot, mine are just really short right now. I don't know what's happening. You guys, I ruined my beauty. Okay. David said, "Don't piss off my girl Charlie or my boy Charlie."
True. I mean, neither
Well,
of us take a backward step.
I feel like you've seen me mad and I've seen you mad.
We've
and
been
we're
mad at
both
each other.
scared.
We have been mad at each other.
We
from time to
have,
time.
but we're like besties.
We're besties, really. It's like one of
No.
those like sibling relationship where
Yeah.
I can be mean to you, you can be mean to me. We
Am
can
I
have it out.
am I the older sister or am I the younger sister?
You're the much older sister.
Oh,
You
stop.
set me up for that, Charlie. You
Stop.
set me up.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
Goodbye.